of course, there's naysayers in every business, people who don't like what you're doing, and I think we have our fair share of that, and probably rightly so. You know, I think that the professions of writing and photography were done for years and years by people who spent a long time in school and a long time in apprenticeships studying the craft. And so for someone to come along, or a business to come along and train people how to do what they do in 5 days, I think that they could be skeptical of that, and be worried that we're going to come in and our attendees are going to come in and take away their job. So I'm not too surprised that we have a few naysayers. But on the other hand, I think that there's plenty of room in this industry for both sides. You know, when we travel, it used to be that we wanted the best opinions. We wanted to go to Condé Nast Travel and find out where they were going, and we wanted people like Rick Steves to tell us where to go. But I think today, with so much information out there, we still value Rick Steves' opinion. We still value Lonely Planet and all of the guidebooks, but we also want our neighbor's opinion, and our brother's opinion, and our sister's opinion. We want real people to tell us where we're going, because they're just like us, you know. So I think that there's room for Rick Steves, but then there's also room for everyday people to write travel articles too. And the same is true for photography. You know, of course we appreciate the beautiful photos, and the beautiful photographers. We appreciate them for their artistic talent. But there's a market out there for real pictures too, pictures that aren't so perfect, of people who aren't so perfect. You know, we like the models, we like looking at pictures of beautiful people, but we also sometimes want pictures of people with not so perfect teeth and not so perfect skin. And so I think that there's room for those too. So this reminds me of an interview I once saw, and actually I think that this applies to across markets. It's not just true for travel writing and photography. I could imagine the great singers like Celine Dion and Mariah Carey having their problem with artists like Britney Spears. You know, she doesn't have the artistic or the vocal quality that they have in their voice, but that doesn't mean that there's not a market out there for her entertainment. People pay to be entertained, and she does that. So I once saw an interview with her where someone said, I could do what you're doing. Anybody could. You know, they have those things that change your voice and make you sound like a great singer, and anyone could do what you do. And she said, well, then do it. And I think that that's so true in photography too. You have these people who are saying, oh, anyone can take a picture like that. You know, and I think even when you walk into some of the greats galleries and you look at the picture and you're like, oh, I could take that photo. Well, then do it. You know, try it. Go. I think there's room out there for everybody. And it's really just about doing it.